Hello, 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 my friends. It is good to be with you this afternoon or this morning or this evening, whenever it is you watch this particular broadcast. For those of you whom I have not actually formally met, my name is Rita Stewart, and you can learn more about me and what I do over at ritastewart.com. Specifically today, I'm going to be putting on my financial cap. As you can see from the title of this particular broadcast, I've also joined you with a cup of tea. Just absolutely love a cup of tea. As you know, Money Matters and Tea is the name of this forum. And today I'm drinking an herb tea. And this particular tea has, let's see, red clover, raspberry, echinacea, and dandelion. Those are the 4 herbs that I use for this tea. And what I did this time, I got kind of smart. I went ahead and made up the tea, so I made a picture of it cold, and that way I can grab it anytime. If I prefer to have something else other than water, I can grab my herb tea. But I went ahead and heated this up, so I have the option to drink it cool if I want a quick drink of herbal tea, or I can go ahead and make me a nice warm cup of tea. So that's just a suggestion for you. And trusting that you will someday come to love tea as much as I do. So look, what I wanted to talk to you specifically about today, and I probably will be referencing my notes. I reference here a fast track your retirement with a tax-free retirement plan, and you don't have to wait until you're 65, as many think we do, to retire. And specifically, I have 3 thoughts in mind that I want to share today. And one particularly, as you're thinking about your retirement solutions and what solutions that you're using to plan for retirement, you want to consider this first thing, and that you don't want to, or you want to look at solutions that don't have income caps or contribution caps, I should be saying, in terms of how much you can place into the funds each year, or that particular solution each year. So like, for instance, with a Roth IRA, the cap each year is $5,000. And in 2019, that cap is increasing, just in case you didn't know, to $6,000. But with the particular solution that I generally recommend to my clients, specifically tax-free index retirement accounts, there is no cap as to how much you can contribute to those type of funds. So one thing to consider specifically is the amount of contributions you can make each year to a particular retirement solution. The second thing you want to keep in mind in terms of which solution that you select. Sorry about that interruption. I was actually beginning to smell it, so it made me want to take a sip. The second thing you want to consider when you are looking at different retirement solutions is the risk, the level of risk that may be aligned with the particular solution. So take, for instance, your traditional IRA or your 401k. Those particular entities or those particular solutions are tied to the stock market directly, okay? And we all know what has been happening within the stock market, all the ebbs and flows, the volatility, etc. So risk. As it relates to a tax-free index retirement account, you don't have to be concerned about the ebbs and flows or the ups and downs, the roller coaster of the market, okay? There is no risk as it relates to those particular retirement accounts. So that's the second thing you want to consider. And then the third thing you want to be thinking about as you're planning for your retirement and which solutions to use is the distribution when you get to a place where you're ready to start using those funds. And remember, I noted that you could actually begin your retirement process at age 55 or even younger and not necessarily have to wait till 65. And what I'm talking about there is you can begin your distribution from an index retirement account whenever you choose. So if you say that you want to start at age 55, you can do so without as many penalties or without penalties and risks. So for instance, if you have a IRA or your 401k, you know that if you say had an annual distribution of $50,000 a year, you're looking at income taxes of about 25%. You're looking at a possible early retirement penalty of 10% because you would be at 55 and not the 59.5. And you'd also be with those two combined, that's almost what 35% of the amount that you would be looking to take out of that 50,000. So if you took out 50,000 for the year, then you're looking more at an annual net income of 32,500. Whereas if you had your funds aligned in an indexed account, you would not have to be dealing with the tax of 25%. You also would not have to be managing to a 10% penalty. So therefore, the full $50,000 that you would be looking for as your annual distribution at a young retirement age would be available to you. So those are three things I want you to consider when you are looking at when you're looking at retirement solutions, particularly for those of us who want to retire before the age of 62 or 65, whatever the case may be, or you're retiring before that 59 and a half age, where you would have penalties as a result of taking your funds out earlier. I know my husband officially retired from the banking system before he was 59 and a half, and so therefore those funds just sit there because we're not wanting to take those penalties. So just keep that in mind, that there is an option for us to be able to retire sooner than 59 and a half or 65, and go on and live our life, while we're still younger and healthy and able to just enjoy it more so. So if you're curious more about exactly what I'm talking about when I reference an index tax-free retirement account, reach out to me, okay? Go ahead and schedule a 15-minute consult with me, or message me to let me know that you'd like to have a consult, and I'll be more than happy to give you more insight and details about the options to do this. I so appreciate you being a part of this group. I invite you to invite others to join us in the group, and invite you to always be willing to grab a cup of tea and listen in on the broadcast at any time. If you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much. If you have questions, please note them in the comments. All of us can learn from each other's questions. We can learn together. Go ahead and give me a like or a thumbs up to just let me know that you have watched this. And again, if you want to share this with each other, go ahead and bring them along in the group. That's one way to do it, okay? So again, my name is Rita Stewart. You can find more about who I am and what I do, how I love to come alongside entities and individuals like yourself and families to support you with your legacy, whether it be your personal legacy, your business legacy, and of course, in this case, your financial legacy. So until next time, again, thank you so much for your continued support and for following us on this journey. Blessings.